Hey, welcome back to Pete Plays. Here we're playing Pokemon Yellow. I have taken a break from doing some work, which is why I've got silly clothes on. Well, they're not really silly, they're just sort of dank and dirty. Wait, how do I get over there? What? How does one get up here? I'd like to read this sign. Oh, here we go. Okay. Underground Path. Celadon City. Lavender Town. Okay. Well, I just did a quick double check. And it appears that I've been doing a good thing, except I think I missed one thing, which is apparently there is some sort of abduction that has happened in Lavender Town. So I was going the right way in order to find the Sylph Scope. But I think I didn't go into all of the available houses because someone should tell me. Okay, so we found out that it was Team Rocket that killed the Cubone's mother. This is Name Raider. Yeah, I don't really know. I really don't. Anytime you like. Great. I don't really know what your deal is, but there's the mark. Oh, you know what I should do? I should get some more Pokeballs. Hi there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Rock on. Great ball. Let's get 3, I guess. I don't know. That seems like a good number to have. Escape rope, super repel. I want to fight everything. I don't care. I don't think I have any paralyzed heals. Yes. Bobby Babo Bow. Antidote. Just. Oh, revives. Let's get a couple of those. I got cash coming out my brain. So let's get a couple of those. I don't really know what a super potion does, but let's get some of those. I recently had a conversation with friend of the show, Darren. And he was like, hey, I'm searching for items that raise the abilities of Pokemon during a single battle. X attack, X defend, and X special are what I'm after. Do you know where I can get them? Well, I guess I can't answer. He was like, hey, you mentioned in a previous episode that, like, you kind of wish that there was, like, healing spells. Did you know about potions? And I was like, yeah, I did. I just don't use them. And I think I've talked about this a little bit, but I just take this weird scarcity mindset into RPGs that I generally have in life. Mr. Fuji isn't here. Where'd he go? Okay, this is the person. This is really Mr. Fuji's house. He's really kind. He looks after abandoned and orphaned Pokemon. This is a Psyduck. Ooh, I'd love to have a Psyduck. Goo! I do. I kind of assume that there's just not enough, and I kind of just have to like grind it out. And I overtake advantage of like free resources, even though it's less convenient to do so. I have plenty of money, right? Now, money is a bit scarce in the game as far as I know because you only get it from trainers. And there's only so many trainers. But I have plenty of it. The department store in Celadon has a great selection. Okay, let's take this underground path. Apparently there's like some hidden stuff here, so I'm just gonna kind of walk along. There's like an item finder, but I don't think I have that. I take the scarcity mindset into the game, even though there's plenty, right? And that's just a silly thing that I do, and I think it's coming out a little bit more in this playthrough, just because of how there aren't those sort of healing moves, and I like. When I play, say, FF6, I think if you went back and analyzed my FF6 playthrough, you would see that I use magic, especially early game. Nice! Cool. Early game, especially, I don't use a ton of magic. I just do a lot of attacks. And I tend to not use that many items, probably less. I heard sleepy Pokemon appeared near Celadon City. So yeah, that's just kind of a way I tend to play video games. RPG specifically is kind of treat finite resources that are maybe only sort of finite as like, ooh, I can't use them under any circumstances, right? Or only under the most dire of circumstances. I want to see what's in these in this tall grass out here. Maybe. I want it. Oh, Abra's so good. Okay, what if I just do a scratch? That won't be super strong. Okay. No! Ah! I want that Abra so bad. Abra is such a cool Pokemon. Oh, man, that would be awesome if I could get an Abra. Maybe if I put it to sleep. I bet he's just going to use teleport every time. So I'm not going to get him this time. He's just going to teleport. Yep. I think that's the only move Abra has. So what I need to do is put Bell in front. Oh no, did I get rid of sleep? No, I kept sleep. I got rid of poison powder, right? Oh, it's just a silly Pidgey. I don't want to talk to you. I want the Abra, the beautiful Abra. Abra turns into Kadabra, who has spoons, which is sort of a weird thing because this game came out before the Matrix, so like the spoon bending thing, like bending spoons with your mind, hadn't become real popular yet. So there must be some other sort of reference to spoons that maybe I don't understand or know about. Ooh, strong Pidgeotto. I will still be running. I don't really. I want to find an Abra baby. Well, I saw two right in a row, and I wonder what the odds of that are. Probably not super high, because I would bet that Abra is a sort of less likely encounter here in this area. But they're the one that I want. The one that I want. Who? That's a little grease for you. The musical, not the object. Hey, can I get into an encounter, please? Appreciate that. How much longer am I gonna have to try to find a sweet Abra inside? No! Oh, this is gonna really hurt. Oh, come on. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it accomplished what I was trying to do anyway. Here we go. Okay, come on. Abra. Yes! Okay. I need to put this sweet boy to sleep. So that he cannot escape from me. Sleep, my sweet baby. Yes. Okay, I need you to stay asleep for 2 turns. Cut. No! I killed it. Oh, man. Oh, what a horrible turn of events. Ah, Crumbus. Oh, we get another chance. I think it's just because Bell is too darn strong. Let's try to put it to sleep and then... They outsped me. I don't think I'm gonna find it. Criminy. That stinks. I'm gonna try a few more times just to find this, because I really want that Abra. That would be super cool to have. I know I've got a psychic type, but like, I don't know, gotta catch them all or whatever. Got away safely. There's my sweet boy. Okay. It hurts. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I don't want you. You wild Pidgey. I'm sorry. That was rude. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't think that you are a special and meaningful creature in your own right. Created by God? I don't know. Wait, let's not get theological on PETEPLAYS. We're Pokemon created by God. On the next episode of PETEPLAYS. I'll say it's not an uninteresting question. But really it's just a sort of subordinate question to like the matter of like the possibility of the existence of being in general. You know, that's an interesting conversation. But I think that we make a sort of, I don't really know that it's a category mistake, but we make a sort of mistake in questioning when we limit the argument of the appearance of being to merely an effect of a cause that is itself a limitation on being. Because I tend to think that the sort of average person thinks about God as being like outside of being. God's outside the universe looking in, affecting it, being benevolent. Ooh, a Rattata. Not very strong. Whatever. I'm just gonna... I don't know why I used cut. Nah, well. Yeah, and I think that's a mistake. Not one that's like I want to be snarky about, but just one that's like I don't know why we want to have a conversation about being and then exclude one of the most interesting appearances of being from being, right? Like I think that we can be so obsessed with the idea of like a benevolent if I can do the... Yes! I can do the traveling salesman problem here. I'll talk about that later. But one of the most interesting appearances of being, I think, is the idea of, like, a deity, a creator, or what Anselm would call that than which no greater can be conceived, right? And then to limit it to something that being doesn't even have to do with. That seems to me a misstep in critical questioning, but... I don't know. That's just me. I want the Abra to come back to me. That being said, I am a big fan of St. Anselm's definition of God, which is, as previously mentioned, that than which no greater can be conceived. I usually, when I teach Anselm, I, as a shorthand, refer to Anselm's idea of God as the that than which, the TTW. Just a sort of shorthand. And I don't like, this is a bit of a quibble, but I don't like it when people use the shorthand of the GPB, the greatest possible being, because I don't think that's what Anselm is saying God is. The greatest possible being is still a being, and being is not a being. I know, I'm getting super weird, and I hope I'm not turning everybody off from the Pokemon. But, you know, I'm not even really grinding. I'm just searching endlessly Please be my Abra boy. Man, it's been like a dozen battles. I should really just start, I mean, I gotta keep Bell in the front, so I can use sleep powder, but yeah, being is not a being, and that's just a fancy way of saying, like, the sum total of all things that are beings is not itself a member of that group, right? Or we might, if we were talking, yes! Okay. If we were talking about, like, sets, we would say the set of all positive integers is not itself a positive integer, right? Like, 1, 2, 3, ... ad infinitum isn't an integer, it's a set of integers. And in that same way, being is not a being. Okay. Let's use one of our great balls. No? Great ball. Come on, baby boy! Baby boy, be in my life. No! See if I can get sleep powder on him. Okay, good. Ah, criminy. Alright. I mean, I'm invested. I might as well do this for the whole episode, right? So, in a way, I think Anselm is sort of like putting us in a new position. I think this is the reason Aquinas had such a problem with Anselm. Because I think traditional... Wait, what am I doing? I got on autopilot. I think the traditional idea of thinking about God or deity sort of forces us into thinking of God as a being. And, pumberdumber. And I think that's a non-starter, to be completely honest. Because what Aquinas wants to do, I think, is for God to be a being and to also be above being. And I don't think you can have both, right? If you want God to be a being, I think that's totally fine. Like, I some days tend to think that, like, God is a being because God is an intelligible concept. That was how oh man, I'm sort of getting personal here. That was how I reconciled the idea of, like, I don't want to say an upbringing because I'm not trying to, like, blame anybody, but I think one of our sort of overarching ideas of God in, like, the popular Western imagination is this, like, person who kind of, like, is gonna get you if you're a bad, right? If you do a sin, then God's gonna zap you. And I don't like that. But I was kind of dealing with this, like, oh, like, what if God is real? Or, like, what if God is really out there or something? Like, I don't want to miss out on, like, the good things that could come from this. But I remember very distinctly I had a moment of, like, oh, well, of course God is real. God is an intelligible concept, and intelligible concepts are real. And you could possibly accuse me of doing some intellectual gymnastics to make that work. But I don't know. That's just where I land. Now, there are other days where I think that what we want God to be is Anselm's definition of God, which is that than which no... Jigglypuff! Level 24? Oh, this is the rarest. Oh, come on. Well, I guess I gotta try to put this baby to sleep again. Okay. Come on! Stay asleep. Go to sleep! Yes, okay. Can we do it? Yeah! We did it! We got a Jigglypuff! That rules! That's so darn fun. Balloon. uses its alluring eyes to enrapture its foe. It then sings a pleasing melody that lulls the foe to sleep. Do you want to give a nickname to Jigglypuff? I mean, yes, but what am I going to name it? I mean, in honor of what I've been blathering on about, we'll give this Jigglypuff a very regal name, Anselm. Let's go for that Abra just a couple more times. And if not, then, you know, whatever. We've got a psychic type, but I just wanted to find that sweet little Abra boy. Anyway, there's a bunch of philosophobabble for you, but I hope it's meaningful. And if not, you'll forget it, and that's cool. Please be an Abra. Yes! Okay. Level 19. Ooh, this one's a bit stronger. Let's put this boy to sleep. Doggone it! I don't know why that got me. That just felt really funny. Okay, well, we spent a nice time. We caught a Jigglypuff, which is super fun. But next time we'll actually advance the plot of the game and go into Celadon City and see what we can find. So we'll see you next time on PETEPLAYS. Bye, guys.